I think it is important for me to showcase my heritage as a Filipino artist because there is not that much exposure of Filipino talent in the mainstream media. It is very important to show the world that Filipinos are very talented people as well. Hi, my name is Alex, a Filipino drag queen also known as Diva Soria, and I currently live here in Brooklyn, New York City. I am from the Philippines and I moved to the US when I was 20 years old. The Philippines is quite interesting when it comes to living as a queer person. We are seen everywhere. However, there aren't really a lot of rights that protect us. I'm thankful that I live now in the US and I wish I could have the same liberties that I have here in the US back home. I grew up very Catholic. My dad is part of the US Navy, so he's a very masculine person. I hate to use the word, but he is just enshrined with toxic masculinity. And as a queer person, that was a huge challenge for me. However, my mom was the total opposite, just full of support and love and acceptance. I've always been interested in the world of arts. As a kid, I've always found myself drawing women's faces, women in gown. You know, I just loved the beauty of women as a kid. I don't know how that came about. Now that I'm a makeup artist, when I look back, it's pretty much just drawing and coloring. It's just that your canvas talk back. So it's quite fun and interesting. And it brings me back to what gave me happiness as a child. What I love about makeup is the smile that that person I did makeup on has at the end of the makeup session. Makeup can be perceived as something that is very superficial, but to me, makeup is all about expression and freedom, and that is the most beautiful thing that I could think of. The first time I did drag was back in the Philippines when I joined beauty pageants that were built for transgender women. My mom was very aware that I joined these pageants and she was so supportive of it. Diva Soria is derived from the name of a place in the Philippines called Diva Soria, a beautiful place filled with feathers and rhinestones. Pretty much a drag queen's haven, and as a kid, my mom would go with me. So it brings me beautiful memories with my mom, and I will cherish Diva Soria and Diva Soria my whole entire life. I would say Diva Soria is heavily inspired by vintage Filipino women wearing our classic outfits called the terno with the butterfly sleeves, and that inspired me to build this look on that but make it more modern. One of the ways that I showcase my Filipino heritage is to just embrace the actual shape of my face. Typically, I highlight my cheekbones and embrace it because that's an aspect of a Philippine beauty that's pretty common, a high set of cheekbones. I'm just gonna make myself look very, very subtle. The drag show tonight is a celebration of queer AAPI excellence. There will be 9 drag queens, half of them traveled all the way from the Philippines. And it's just a beautiful celebration of talent from the Asian and Pacific Islander community.
Make some noise for the skinny, younger version of Jiggly Caliente, Diva Soria!
If there's one word to describe Diva Soria, that word would be visual. She will not necessarily perform a lot in terms of dance movements, but she'll make sure that she looks flawless. I would say that my drag performances, they're pretty much an advertisement of what I could offer as a makeup artist and photographer. Because if you think about it, they would watch me perform and they will see the amazing makeup and they will follow me in Instagram, and then they would see that I could be able to do what I did on myself to them and capture it in a photo. Recently, I just shot a campaign for a makeup brand and they used me both as a makeup artist and as a model for one of their shoots. That's the beauty of Diva Soria. She can open doors for Alex, so Alex can have a little extra income. What I found beautiful here in New York City is a close-knit community of AAPI queer individuals that support each other. It is very important for me to stay involved in the queer AAPI community, and I wish we could put more spotlight on queer Filipino talents in the Philippines.